Hello guys, hope you had a nice trading week. Welcome back to another weekend analysis. It's been a minute. We I had a very busy weekend last weekend, and also this week was quite busy, so I really couldn't drop market analysis last weekend. My apologies about that. Um, but it was also a relatively quiet week, although there were plenty of opportunities which unfortunately we missed. So we'll look at that as well, and also look at trade ideas going into the new week. But before we do that, I just want to draw our attention back to our analysis for weekends ago, where gold was ranging. There was this range on gold for quite a while. And our analysis going into the weekend around this point was that we expect gold to still continue in that range. And if we see a breakout, then likely it will come back to this level and then keep falling, or there's that likelihood it will go back up to the upper region of the range, and if it breaks out of that range it will continue going, and pretty much that is what happened. You can go back to our previous video and you see that that was the analysis and it played out as expected. And you can see that from that breakout, sorry, I thought I was using MetaTrader. And from that breakout you can see that 29.27, it went as high as 30.57, which is that's about a 3,000 pip move right there. 3,000 pips done and dusted quite easily. So yeah, unfortunately we couldn't make the most of that opportunity, but not to worry. As I always say, there's always another opportunity to trade the market. Don't always rush. Don't be in a hurry to chase the market, because there will always be another opportunity. There will always be another avenue for you to enter. So if you miss an opportunity, don't worry. There will always be another one. So there were some good trading opportunities last week which we missed, but let's not get into that. I just want to review. There were about 400 pips up for grabs, um, and more last week. Let me go to 15 minutes and we can look at those entries. But I want to focus more on what we can see coming into next week. So let the chart just load. Yeah. Yeah, so here we go. So here is one entry. Let me just mark that entry here. Sorry, this is Monday, and I usually don't trade on Mondays, so we look for the entry on Tuesday. This is one entry on Tuesday. So let's go back to 4 hours and look at how that performed. Moment while I scroll up. Yeah, you can see from 29.95 market went up as high as 30.55, and that's a 600 pip move. Although if you had trailed it, you would have exited with about 400 pips plus, but the entire move was about 600 pips, give or take. So going back to what we can see, how the market closed this weekend, we can see there was a good rejection of the 50 period EMA on Friday. Overall, the market is still bullish. I see no reason whatsoever to sell gold at this particular moment in time. The market sentiment, in my opinion, according to my trade analysis, is still heavily bullish. Heavily bullish. Every sell is an opportunity to buy, guys. You see that rejection on 4 hours is just another opportunity to buy. So, what do we expect next week? Monday heading into Tuesday, definitely. Let's go back to a lower time frame. Sorry. Yeah, we're using the free version, guys. No need to pay when you can get it for free, right? So, this is how market closed on Friday. As we could also see on 4 hours, there was that strong rejection on 4 hours. So, what I expect, uh, Monday close, Monday open, heading into Tuesday, I expect the 10 period moving average to cross the 50 period moving average. Once I get that cross, it's going to be an indication for me to enter the market based on the strong rejection we could see off 4 hours. Just based on that alone, it's going to be a good time to trade. Although our stop loss is going to be a little bit wide, which is going to be well over 200 pips, depending on how the market plays out at market open. That 200 pip stop loss is nothing compared to how I expect the market to move. I expect the market to give us another maybe 500, possibly maybe 700 pip move next week. So if we get that cross between 30.20 and 30.30, then we could see markets heading close to 3100, which is going to be easily 700 pips. And that is very likely next week. But like I always say, the Nigerian expression, no be my papa get market, anything can still happen. We are analyzing based on what we see. But there's a lot of volatility right now. There's a lot of uncertainty. The Middle East, Ukraine and Russia, and a lot of information also coming out of the US and Donald Trump's policies. So that could affect the market. That could affect the market in ways we cannot comprehend, right? And ways we cannot anticipate. But based solely off the technical information that we can see here, we can expect the market to continue being bullish, and for that 5 to 700 pips to be evident as early as next week. It could take, maybe it could spill over into the upper week, but definitely I expect that to happen next week. Just another aside, as an aside, we can also see that gold was getting rejected off this level, which is a temporary resistance that formed around the 3000 area, and that resistance has turned into a support for gold. Also, you can see when it got to that support or resistance turn support, you can see there was a sharp turn in gold's upward momentum, or there was a continuation of the uh, gold upward momentum. There was a sharp turn from the sell that we had been seeing from earlier that week. So that's it. That's my analysis for the coming week. I hope useful to you guys. I hope you're able to use it to make as much pips as you can. And I wish you guys a lovely trading week ahead.